Hey guys, it's Lex Richey
and Courtney Noir,
and you are listening to another episode of The Pleasure's All Yours.
We are a podcast all about the sexual liberation of the Black and queer communities.
We really wanted to create a space for us to talk, laugh, kiki, and really emphasize how the pleasure is.
It's all yours. Hey babes.
Hey, what's up?
It's going. It's Sunday.
It's Sunday. We're in the house.
In the house. We are in the house.
I hope you're in the house today too, because it's fucking hot outside.
It is like 103 degrees and it is only noon. So it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah. Literally when I was leaving my house, I asked Siri what the weather was and she said 95. I said it's literally 11:15.
Ma'am, you've got to do better. But we have to do better as society. The world is just responding to us.
I'm not a part of the top, 5% of people that are the biggest effectors to our environment. So the best that I could do is not even recycling. Let me not get on my soapbox. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we all know the truth.
Take care of our planet, guys.
We all know the truth. I'm just saying, we as human beings, we have to suffer here. So,
hey.
Somebody's got to do better.
Even if they find an Earth-like substitute, guess who going first?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because guess what? I'm about to see right after this. Alien Romulus. And guess what I did last night? I did a deep dive on all of the Alien franchises, including the comic books and how they all align into one vertical timeline. Okay. And now basically what I'm saying is if we fuck up here, we just need to stay here, including you billionaires. There's nothing good about going into the stars to fuck up somebody else's planet. Don't do it.
Don't do it, girl.
Sorry. That's my soapbox.
That went so zigzag.
So if this is your first time listening to us, we like to start off every episode with a pleasure moment. Mm-hmm. And a pleasure moment is just a really great, good feeling, euphoric part of your week. It can be as small, it could be as small as what I say, like buying a cup of coffee or some shit.
Having an ice cream cone from Brahms.
Perfect. It's hot as fuck. And as big as getting your air conditioner replaced.
Yeah.
So Lex, what was your pleasure moment?
I think my pleasure moment was, so for work, they did a leadership excursion and we went and did paintball.
Okay. That sounds painful.
I have a couple bruises on my arms. I think I have 3 on this one and 2 on this one because I was wearing short sleeves.
See one here.
Yeah. Oh, this is because I burned myself once.
Oh, okay.
This is just an old scar.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. But, we went and did paintball, and they let us bring a +1. And so Red came with me.
Okay.
And so her and that whole full... And seeing her, take it so seriously, this bitch was crawling on the ground. She'd, peek over, and I just see her shooting.
Oh, she ready to go.
Oh, she was doing it. But as soon as we did, a headshot-only round.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
But they have to aim for your mask. You wear, a protective mask. So it's more shocking than anything. I got hit on the side a few times, and I didn't even realize until I got out, and somebody was like, oh, you need to clean
Does the mask go, from your ear to your ear?
Yeah, it goes from, yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And you're facing them, unless you're just standing
What if you're on the side? That's still a headshot. Pow.
Yeah, but it has, a part that goes that way. It's, it reminded me of, a motorcycle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Front side.
All right.
Yeah. But it was fun, and, yeah, just seeing her crawl around on there. And, one of my coworkers was like, oh, she is in it. I was like...
Did y'all win?
I won... there was, last man standing where we did at the end, where it's, you basically just shoot until you have no more ammo left.
Oh, wow.
And I was the last one.
Wow.
But I was, popping niggas. It was my favorite part. And my director, he was just the main one who was, in my line of sight. So I'd be like, pew, pew. There was, 3 people that I could see from where I was. And then at one point... I was on the headshot round, I was like, damn, whoever was shooting at me hit me everywhere except for my head. Damn.
So, is there like an obstacle course? Like, it's like a maze or whatever. Like, there's things you can hide behind and places you can
it's like
block yourself from.
They're like inflated, and they're like it's either like a cylinder on its side or a cylinder straight up, or like a pyramid kind of thing. But yeah, it's like these big things that you can hide behind.
So you would go again?
I would go again, yeah.
Wow.
And we did axe throwing at the end, which was
fun.
They also had ninja stars. That was my favorite.
Oh, they had real ninja stars?
Oh, yeah.
And you kind of like axe throwing, you just throw it at the wood?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so fun. Like Charlie's Angels ass shit.
I'm going to get ninja stars to put in my purse.
Yes.
I have to get some to put in my purse. Like,
okay, well, make sure you put them in your purse, not that damn tote bag, bitch. Because the way you be rummaging through that thing, you gonna accidentally cut yourself.
It's gonna be in a cute little container and everything.
Got it.
And so then, like, I'll be like, "Ooh, you want to know something interesting that I keep in my purse?"
And then you're gonna whip out your ninja stars.
Ninja stars.
That is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to learn how to throw ninja stars.
Fucking throwing them things. I was like, I love this.
And like, I like that
flick of the wrist.
I would feel so sexy.
Yeah, so I was like, I need to get some of these to put in my bag.
And then like maybe you should like make a wood plank for your wall and invite people over to just throw ninja stars.
Absolutely.
You know? I love that. That's a great pleasure moment.
That was a great idea, obviously. What about you, Corey?
My pleasure moment was a lot of pleasure.
Okay.
I got my coochie ate for like 3 hours the other night.
Yes.
Just that's it. That's all. Sent him home.
Bye.
Still got a good night's sleep. Smoked a little joint afterwards. It was fantastic and all over this couch.
I love that. You know. So I guess I'll be.
No, I have my stuff. I have my stuff. Thank you. I already cleaned it.
You got your little vacuum?
Yeah. No, my dad has one, and I just got his little carpet cleaning solution and just hit the spots that mattered. So, you know, I would never have you guys sit on a squirty couch. But that was definitely my pleasure moment. It was just nice to be serviced. Yeah. And it's been a long time, you know, like it's just been a long time. Yeah. So that was fun.
I love that for you. Service, born to be serviced, and you were
100%.
I love that for you.
Get on your knees. Okay. So I feel like based on our text messages, like you've had an eventful week.
Have I?
I don't know.
What happened this
Did you go like, what would you say? You went out on a hangout? Would you call it a date?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what I would call it.
Bitch, what did I do this week? Yeah, so I was swiping and I matched with this person. And, you know, like when you see someone on the app and you're like, oh my God, this person's so cute. They look so fun. Yeah. Like, swipe right, obviously. So I did. And then we matched and we were like chatting for a little bit there and they gave me their number. And then we were chatting there and they're like solo poly. They have like a married couple that they're not dating the couple, just the wife. They have a kid together.
Okay.
So it's like a cute little like queer family dynamic. I love it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is so cute. It was just like really fun to talk to them. And whenever we got to like, then we just made plans to like go grab brunch at Paradiso. And I love Paradiso. The food is like good. I wish we would have gotten there at brunch time because I love their brunch. Mm-hmm. But it was still really good. The conversation was really good. They're super sweet, very cute. I just was like sitting there and, you know, like I didn't get that like coochie on the table feeling, you know?
Was that the goal? Like when you guys were texting, was it like let's go out on a date? Ew, my feet.
No, but like I think that is kind of the vibe that they were giving, you know?
Okay.
Because even they were like on your profile, like it says like lesbian and you like femmes, and I was like, yeah, and like they're he, they, she, like basically any pronouns, but they're like femme mask, I guess, if we're like painting a picture. But yeah, like it just was really cool to like sit and talk with it. But when they said that to me, I was like, oh, okay.
Yes.
I forgot what I was.
You were explaining kind of what they look like, and then you were saying how the intention wasn't necessarily a date from you, but from him, he was a little flirty.
Yeah, okay, so, like, on my bio, in my, like, profile, it says, like, friends, lovers, whatever.
Okay.
So, like, it really is anything, you know, but when we were sitting there and we were talking, it kind of felt more flirty than I was expecting.
Really?
And, like, I think because when I meet new people, like, it's usually, like, more femme women. Mm-hmm. So, like, being flirty, like, that I'm used to, you know, like, another femme woman being flirty, even in a friend way. Like, oh my God, you're so cute. Like, yes, this is perfect. You know, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I guess that just isn't what that's what I mean by, like, when I sat down, that kind of, like, determined what kind of relationship it would be.
Yeah.
And it was very much for me giving friend, like, ooh, yes, cute baddie friend.
Yeah, I feel that.
Absolutely, 100%. But yeah, I wasn't feeling it in any other way than that. But they're so nice, and I love having conversations with them. And, like, we were talking about, like, you know, I love my lesbian romance novels.
You do.
I do. Quite a few of them. And so I was telling them about Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Mm-hmm, great.
Yes.
Solid book.
Yes. And I was like, you have to read this, or you have to listen to it. And so they started listening to it, and they're like, no, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So they're, like, sending me, like, little clips. And, like, I just really fucking felt that. And, yeah, I was like, no, you have to finish it. It's so good.
It's so good.
But I don't know. I think there was one night where they were like, oh, well, at brunch, they were saying, like, oh, I would ask you to come back to my place, but I need to clean or something. And then there was something else. I don't remember what it was, but it was, like, a very strongly, obviously innuendo joke. And I was just like, tee. I don't remember, but I heard it and I tee-heed, and then I was like, that never even happened.
Yeah. Yeah. You're just like, okay, I'm just going to put that to the side.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed, like, hanging out with them, and I enjoyed talking to them. But, you know, I guess we'll see. Sometimes, like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes people go into it with the intent that it's going to be that way.
Yeah.
And that is where I find disconnect, like, making friends.
Yeah.
Because when I say that, I really mean that it could go, like,
either way.
It could really go either way.
That's
But I need you to come into it, like,
with an open mind.
That, yeah.
Yeah. Like, of thinking that it could go either way.
Yeah, because that's how I'm going into it.
Yeah.
So, like, when I meet you, I'm not expecting one thing or the other thing. I'm just like, okay, what do I feel once I sit down and we start talking?
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
You're very dramatic.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
Wow.
So last week I was in Tulsa, about to go, or I was in Oklahoma City, about to see.
Okay, that was an unfiltered voice memo, first of all.
Okay, so you know, okay, bitch, because this bitch sent me like a 7-minute voice memo, and she was like, "You'll never guess like what I just did. Like I just went out on a date with a masked person." I'm like, "Oh!" Like I stopped what I was doing. I was like, "What?" Like I'm over here thinking that you went out on a date with a stud, and I was just like mind blown, like mind blown.
Yeah.
And so then when we talked about it more in detail on Wednesday, I was like, "Okay." And then you showed me who it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this makes so much more sense, because I was just like, Lex, like I have to know everything.
And I was telling Red about it, and she was like, nah, they trying to fuck. And I was like, I'm not on that.
You know, as long as you tell them that you're not on that, then at that point, if they still want to fuck, that's on them. Like, and they just have to understand that that's just not going to happen.
I feel like I've been like subtly like even giving the cues as well, because they're like the other day. Well, I mean, I'm weird about people being in my house and me being in other people's house when I just met them.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
That is like obviously, but anyway. They were like, oh, we should have dinner at one of our respective houses soon. And I'm like, wait a minute.
I feel like that's like, yeah, we just met. Like, maybe after a few more dates, we get to know each other. I figure out what kind of person you are. You kind of figure out what kind of person I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I was just like, I basically was saying I was busy, because I am busy. Like, we did a bunch of stuff yesterday and then doing podcast stuff today. And then I have laundry and everything else to do later today. I just don't be having time on the weekends. But anyways, I'm like, we can hang out and do something, but I'm
out.
outside.
Like, let's meet somewhere out. Like, let's do an activity. Let's go have some coffee. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel that. Like, too soon is just too soon.
And I don't want to, like, I don't know. I don't want to go to anybody's house.
Yeah.
And, like, I also want to see how, like, the dynamic you're in, how does that show up in your life? You know, how does that affect, like, your schedule and, like, things like that? Like,
literally.
I'm, like, and especially because I really am looking for, like, very solid people to, like, be around me and add into my circle. I'm, like, this is not, like, I don't know. That's why I'm like, it could go either way, but I want to see which way it's going to go. And I can't determine that the first time I meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. Not the first time. I mean, today I'm going on I think this is our 5th or 6th date with I don't know what nickname I gave them, but I can't call them by their name because that's too weird for me. Now
I know who you're talking about.
They share say the same name as my ex, so I just haven't even saved their name in my phone because I'm like, I have to figure out something else to call you. Like, this is too much manifestation. But anyway, this is the one that I have been talking about, like, not sure, like, what the vibe is, but we really we went out and went to, like, an art gallery, and then we went to, like, an outdoor bar last weekend, and we really talked about it, and we got to talk about his dynamic, who he's also, like, poly in a relationship, but, like, in a relationship. And so I really wanted to ask him, like, questions about that and how that influences, like, his time and his intentions. And, like, it ended up with me just being honest and being like, well, truthfully, I don't care which direction it goes, but I'd like to know, like, after 4 dates, like, what direction you're feeling so that we can just take it there. Because, like, I'm very happy being his friend, but I also, after hearing how his poly relationship is, like, I don't want to necessarily be, like, subjected to, like, the nuances of it, because it's feeling very like, oh, we're poly just because, like, we're not in the same city and, you know, we're just kind of letting each other have space. But it's like, okay, well, what if you were? Like, what if we actually got involved? Like, even just at a sexual standpoint, even just as, like, okay, hey, we're hooking up here, or hey, we're going out on dates occasionally. Like, I don't want to get a call from you and be like, oh, me and my bitch are now, you know, exclusive, and you're just, like, cut out of it. That doesn't that wouldn't make me feel good. So I'm like, we could just be friends, but we got to figure that out, like, one way or another, if that makes sense. But we haven't even kissed yet, so and I like that. I'm not stressed about it. I think, like, taking time to figure out which way it goes just also makes it so, like, it feels fun, and it just feels like you get to know the person more, like, for real as a person, like,
before, like, seeing them. Because, I mean, once we fuck, I'm like, oh my god, I'm, like, looking at you and I'm like, can't think straight. You know?
Like,
so
there's, like,
too
much clouding that.
And I want to get to know you in case there are things that are flags for you, which you have found before you got there. So like, you know, you're seeing things that you're like, I don't know, that's not looking like, you know. So we have good combo though. So, like, loving that. There was a little bit of flirting last time. A lot of flirting, but it didn't feel like too much or too little. It was, like, the perfect amount, and it didn't feel like I had to act on it. If that makes sense? Like, it wasn't like, oh, we're doing all this flirting, so now I know, like, when we get to the car, we're gonna have to kiss, or like, it wasn't like that. And I love that. It's just a good feeling, good time. I feel like that's how you make good new friends too.
Truly,
and that's what I mean. Like, sometimes you're just, like, flirty, you know?
Yeah, just flirty fun. Yes. Oh, bitch. I wrote down what I wanted to catch up on, bitch, because I was not about to fuck this up. So when me and Lex were having dinner the other day, I was telling her about this masked individual that I've been talking to in San Francisco, because that's where I'm headed. And
you did.
And I was like, ooh, bitch, like, they are so fine. She's so cute. Like, she's so da-da-da-da-da. You know, I'm really excited to, like, eat some stud pussy. And I showed you, like, some pics. She's sexy and she takes care of herself. Bitch.
Oh no.
I got one. I got one of those studs, bitch.
Oh, okay. I was scared for a second.
No, be scared. I was sitting getting my hair done, and this nigga was just texting me, like, insane shit. Like, we had been flirting all week, talking about, like, what we want to do, you know, and, like, I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to taste you, you know.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I'm going to take you out to brunch, and then I just want enough time to, like, have my way with you after, like, bop, bop, bop.
Yeah.
Then when I'm getting my hair braided, she texts me, and she's like, so are you going to eat this pussy? Like, are you ready to eat this pussy when you come? And I'm like, absolutely. Like,
yeah.
Are you going to, and I'm like, are you ready to eat my pussy? And they're like, oh, no, I don't think so.
Whoa.
I said, what? I said, what do you mean?
Whoa.
Because I'm like, okay, if this is like a flirty thing where you're like, you know, you want to like a little power play, like, oh, I'm not going to eat your pussy. Like, you got to make me eat your pussy. Like that, I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, I just want to sit back and relax. But if that's not okay with you, I understand. And I'm
not
like,
a pillow princess stud.
And I was like, no, I really was like, yeah, that kind of is a problem for me. Like I'm really excited to eat your pussy and I want to do that. I'm excited, but I also want something in return, especially if I'm going before I have to work. Like I have my work schedule this week is going to be at night. So like I work from like 3 to 9, 3 to 10. Mm-hmm. And so like we're going to hang out during the day, go get brunch and shit. But I'm like, if I'm going to have to like go across town in California to see you, go to brunch and then drive back and then have to work, I want my pussy eaten. I want to make it worth it. I'm not coming over just to eat your fucking pussy. I have friends that'll let me do that. The fuck? So she said something crazy like, bitch, I have to pull it up. 1 second. She said, I want to just sit back and relax, but if you're not cool with that, that's okay. And then she said, just want some head, but like I said, no worries. And I said, I love giving head, just mainly to people that give it back in any shape or form. Take me out, talk to me nice, da-da-da. And then she says, I can respect that wholeheartedly. I know being treated like a queen has a way of relaxing women's jaws and vaginal walls without a doubt. And I stopped replying after that. Because what do you mean relaxing women's jaws and vaginal walls?
Okay, it's giving Hotep pillow princess stud. Bitch, I ain't ever met one of those. That's
trifecta.
That's a Pokemon card.
That is a motherfucking Pokemon card I don't want nothing to do with. I'm trading it.
Oh, no.
I'm trading it in. I don't know if that's how Pokemon works, but okay, I'm trading it in.
You can trade cards with other players.
Yeah, you can have that one. I ain't got shit to do with it. I don't want that nigga to fight. Nope.
No. Oh my God. I need a screenshot of that for the clip thing. Because that is fucking crazy.
Women's jaws and vaginal walls, bro. I'm done. So I'm
about to call Dr. Umar right now.
So if any of y'all in San Francisco listen to this pod, hit me up on my Instagram, the Courtney Noir. Let's hang out. Let's just smoke. Let's go sit at the Golden Gate Bridge and contemplate way wide. I didn't want to say the word on YouTube.
Sorry.
Did you know what I meant?
No.
Contemplate uwe wide. Suicide.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay.
You took the S off.
I did. I tried to take out the S sounds because to me that's what makes it sound like a slur for YouTube. Okay. Like that's what they're looking for. Anyway, yeah. So that was my plans. They are canceled.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to my TED
Talk.
Talk.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not eating pussy in this economy is just okay, DJ Khaled.
For real. Honestly, I think in this economy is a great way to put it.
Because like I'm already getting fucked every which way I don't want to.
And I don't want to give too much information about them, but they have a really nice job. Like, they're very established. I just feel like, where's this vibe coming from? You take care of kids.
Maybe that's where the vibe is coming from.
And I don't know if they had worded like, you know, I have such a hard week at work. I saved a child's life today. I just really feel like I need to sit back and relax and just be serviced. Maybe I'd be like, wow, you saved a kid's life. I want to service you. But it's just I don't know. It was the jaws and the vaginal walls. It was
basically saying, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was when I asked about it, they were like, no. Oh, no. He sent a Shannon, oh my God. She sent a Shannon Sharp gif that was like, the one where he's like.
Oh, he's like shaking his head.
Yeah, that's what they sent me.
Of him shaking his head?
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Goodbye. Anyway, moving on.
I just wanted everyone to know that we're on two different sides of that boat. But go ahead.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The GIF.
Oh, what do you call it?
It's a GIF.
What did I say? It's a GIF.
It's a GIF.
It's a GIF.
You don't say GIF-AF, bitch. It's giraffe.
Okay. But what does that mean? Giraffe. Giraffe is a GIF. Giraffe. Same G. What do you mean? No. What is your point? I just don't understand what the giraffe.
Oh, sorry.
You meant to say, because gift is what the gift is. Gift. Giraffe. GIF. It all works. But the English language is hard.
I don't like it, though, because it just doesn't make sense, you know?
Okay, so...
If I'm looking at it and they're like, sound it out, you're going to say GIF.
Maybe. But whenever I heard... Maybe. But whenever I heard somebody pronounce it the first time, I was like, it's GIF. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense to me, because the G can be a J, or it can be a G, or it can be a
If you see a nigga and his name is Jeff, but it starts with a G, you're going to be like, what's up with that?
I just don't think that's the case. But anyway, moving on, because, like, why are we talking about phonetics and shit? We need to be hooked on phonics.
Okay, yeah.
Speaking of the worst her match I've ever had, I would like to discuss some of the best times we've ever had.
Okay.
I did put like a little poll on our YouTube. So if you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, check out your community. I don't know how you find that on your end, girl. This is all new to me. But I'm just going to start trying to include some polls so that we can hear from you, like what kind of content that you'd like to see from us. And the majority of people voted for like more storytelling and like experiences. So I really thought this would be at the 99th episode, like a fun way to do some storytelling.
Absolutely.
I want to hear about the best you've ever had. And I have like a series of choices for you.
Okay. I was like, best. When you texted me that earlier, I was like, that's so many things, but
yeah. And didn't I specifically say on all fronts or something like that? I was like, think about the best you ever had in general. Okay. Like, just think about the best you've ever had food wise, hairstyles, Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
And if you can't think of something, I'll go first on those. But when you can, jump in.
Absolutely.
Let's go through our greatest hits, bitch. Best you ever had. Best food you ever had from a partner.
From a partner?
Yeah.
When I was dating this couple, they would they grew a lot of things like in their own garden. And so I just remember there was this one night they made like this pasta with like this homemade bread and this spread to go on the bread.
Spread on the bread.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind. And yeah, that was like the first thing that came to mind. And one of my exes also used to introduce me into jerk chicken and rice, like from your own kitchen.
Right.
For sure, that too.
Yeah.
I still try to make that one to this day because that one is delish.
Yeah, and it was always very spicy.
Very spicy.
Extremely spicy.
Yeah.
My ass was like burning the next day.
Oh no.
I would say the best food I ever had from an ex was fried catfish and like greens. Like my ex used to just make Southern comfort food all the fucking time. That's why we both gained so much weight together. And I don't know, he's just like a little country boy. So like he would grill things and like deep fry fish and like, yeah, it's delicious.
And nothing is better than a perfectly cooked fried catfish.
Nothing good. With some like a good side.
With mac and cheese greens on the side.
And they touching? Oh, fuck. I do miss that a lot because he would just wake up and like be like, okay, it's Thursday. I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to deep fry like some fucking catfish. Or I'm going to make cornbread from scratch. Yeah. And like he would just kind of figure that shit out. And like 99% of the time, it was really good. Sometimes it was a little salty for me. But I feel like niggas just love putting a ton of salt in their food.
Niggas love salt.
Oh my God. And his mom made this delicious gumbo every year, like around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Damn, I miss that shit. I'm gonna have to drive down there and just ask her for some on the side. Just knock on the door.
Yo.
So good.
I'll wait out here, but could I get some?
Like we would bring back like cases of it home, like big ass bowls, and it would be enough to like last until February. It was fabulous.
Love that.
Okay. What is the best date you ever had? And I need to know why it was the best date.
Ooh. Okay, so there's this girl that I briefly dated when I lived in Fort Worth. and she lived in dorms, and I lived in my apartment, and sometimes I'd go hang out with her in her dorm. But we went on 2 dates specifically that I always remember, and one of them was like our first date because we had been talking for a couple weeks and like FaceTimed a few times, and she was just saying like, oh, you know, like it's so nice outside. I love to go on a picnic. Like I've never had a picnic before. Saying like every time her and her friends have planned one over the past few weeks, like something happens or someone can't go, so then they don't go. And I was like, okay, like then like don't worry about it. Like we'll go out. It'll be fun. So I literally just went to like my favorite spot in that park I used to go to all the time. I go running there. And I set up like a whole picnic with like sandwiches and fruits, and we had bubbles and stuff. And it was just really cool because she's like so gorgeous. And like a gorgeous woman hanging out on a blanket under a tree in the sun. Perfect. Okay, eating fruits.
Perfect.
Please, it was so good. And then there was another night where we went to the Museum of Illusions. And that was just super, super fun because, I don't know, it just felt very like whimsical the whole night.
Okay.
And that's why I would say it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because like, like I just mostly remember the feeling, and then like we went and had like crazy sex after, but like it was
That's the only, like, that's the cherry on top.
yeah, the whole day just felt real whimsical. It was just super fun. Like,
Yeah, that sounds very nice.
yeah,
I love a good picnic in the fall because then the wasps aren't there.
yeah.
I would actually say my favorite date is very similar. It was actually for a 1-year anniversary, but he like set up a camp. Like he used to live on a farm in Oklahoma. And so like I went out there and he had a whole camp set up. He had like a tent, candles all around, like LED fake candles all around. Because we were in the woods.
For no fires. Yeah. Absolutely. Safety first.
Like all around of the tent. And then when you went inside the tent, he knows I'm bougie as fuck and I was not going to try to sleep on the ground.
Absolutely.
So he like brought all these comforters out, all these pillows. It was May. So, but it was weirdly, it was not hot. Like it wasn't that
chilly.
bad.
No, it's usually kind of like at night it's a little chilly.
Yeah.
But like during the day it's like a decent temperature.
There was a breeze.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had laid out all these comforters and pillows around, and then he had gotten one of his, I think it was like his boss's wife, to make this a big charcuterie board, and it had just like pretzels and papayas and like all these sexy little fruits, all these little accoutrements and cheeses. And he had, like, my favorite part was that he just had his little gun right there next to the charcuterie board, and he brought us out like some little White Claws, and we played Uno all night. And anytime I heard anything scary and I got nervous, he would peek his little head out with his little gun and make sure that I was okay. He like, while he was setting it up, he ran me a little bath. He cooked that night like steak and shrimp skewers. It was a good night. And of course, we had a lot of loud, disgusting sex on poppers. We were both doing poppers in the fucking tent.
In the middle of the fucking woods.
In the middle of the fucking woods. We had our little Bluetooth speaker, a little portable fan that had a battery.
Hell yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it.
Yeah.
I hope the bugs were also at a minimum.
They were. And actually the only 2 bugs that we had issues with were they had, you know, the little windows that they have in the tents? And then like you can close the window from the outside or from the inside so that you can't see it. But there were these bugs that had flown into the in-between, and they were just buzzing around inside that little package all night. Yeah. So like we heard that all night, and that was kind of unnerving, but like that was the only situation with bugs. And I knew what they were. They're like these little the big mosquito hawks. Oh yeah. But you could just hear them moving around.
And they're dumb.
They're so dumb. Like, so you know they weren't getting out. Like, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that one definitely sounds really fun.
It was nice.
That is such a like good question, because I've also been on so many dates. Because even after I said that, I was like, wait, no.
No, you have. There's other amazing
other
dates.
ones that were better than that one, and like
okay? Give me another one.
Like so, in Rowlett, how there's that boardwalk, or like there's like a light tower. You can go on like a sunset cruise, like things like that. So me and Red went there for a picnic, but we like brought a cooler and put a bunch of like Simplies in there, the spiked ones. And they have like a bunch of restaurants around there. So we also got like a full barbecue platter. And we brought a blanket and pillows and the speaker. And we were just laying down under this tree, like drinking these lemonades. And doing our own respective thing, but like cuddled up on the blanket.
That's
and
so nice.
After we ate barbecue, but like then we had like some good ass fucking barbecue, and there was like a lot of families outside because it was just really like it was a nice day, and it's the fucking lake, and this is Texas, so obviously
people are gonna be out.
Yeah, but like it was just really cool to also I love to people watch, so it was just really cool to be able to like people watch and see everybody doing their own thing. And
that sounds like a very artsy date.
Yeah, it was really nice. I loved it.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Especially the cooler. That bitch pulled out a cooler. I was like, my drinks are gonna stay cold, bitch.
All day, honey.
Yes, absolutely. And then we had like little fruits and stuff in there too.
Love that.
And we brought cake. So
cute.
It was literally all the things.
Yeah, dates are fun.
Yeah, I love a good date.
Especially like a good day date. Like, I've been on much better day dates than I ever have. Like going to dinner at night and then figuring out something to do afterwards. Yeah,
and
then
like
you get to see them.
Multiple activities.
Yeah, and you get to like see them in the light.
Yeah,
and then they get to look at you in your skin in the light.
Yeah,
and just be like.
Oh my God, speaking of multiple dates in a day, I was reading this lesbian romance novel.
Of course.
And she's like going out with this girl and she's like, we're not dating. Like, she's really cool and like we have a lot in common, but like we're not dating. And she's a celebrity also.
Oh.
And her friend is like, bitch, y'all went to 5 locations in one day.
You told me about this goddamn book because you were saying the main character kind of gets on your nerves.
Oh, she started getting on my fucking nerves, bro.
What's the name of the book?
Oh, I don't remember. I have to look at my Audible.
You are so crazy.
I have to look at my... I read so many. I read like 3.
Do you read them? Do you read them at the same time?
No.
You try to start one and then finish one?
Yeah, I have to finish it. I'm on the third and last part of a Paradise series. What is her name? I don't even remember her name. It's in my Audible though. I promise.
All right.
But yeah, her friend, the girl is dating a celebrity. She starts dating a celebrity. Please tell me that if your best friend started dating a celebrity, okay, and everything's going great, and you guys have all these things in common, but you obviously have some ghosts in your closet, so like things make you a little anxious, you know.
Okay.
And then like you're also working at like a journalist place where you write emails for celebrities posing as them, so they don't have to respond to their emails.
Oh wow, yeah.
And that's how they met.
Wow.
That's gay. What do you mean you met in the email inbox, bitch? Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, she like starts going out with her, and she's also a writer, and she lets the girl read some of her writing, and she's like, oh my God, this is so good, like you really should be like putting this out there, you have all these connections, you should use them. She's introduced her to like producers and directors and told them about her idea before, and they're like, dude, I would really love to sit with you and like even just to see the draft, to see where your mind is at. She's introducing her to people at Warner Brothers.
Okay, and what
okay
happened?
And then what happens is she's like, she reads an email that she gets because she's responding to her email box, and she's like, oh, I would love to hear your partner's pitch, you know, could you set up a meeting, whatever. And she gets pissed off. She responds to that email all bitchy and is like, I misspoke, it's not done, no one will be seeing it, blah blah blah. And then she deletes the email from the inbox. And then I'm at the car wash washing my car off, getting pissed off with my headphones on, and she's like, she calls her and she's like, I told you not to say anything to them and you did anyway. Things can't happen on your timeline, they happen when I'm ready. And the celebrity is like, I'm literally just trying to at least open the door for you and like get you that connection. Mind you, all of this other celebrity's closest friends have also gotten connections through her being a celebrity. So she really was just trying to put her on, you know? And then when she tells her, well, you don't have to worry about it because I've taken care of the email. And she's like, well, what do you mean? And she's like, this is what I said. And then she realized that she's all fucked up. And then she goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't. This
sounds like a Disney Channel movie.
This is just too much. This is too much. And then she hangs up the phone, and since she hung up the phone and they're lesbians and they were fighting when they hung up the phone, they don't speak for like 2 months. I'm like, if Courtney was dating a celebrity, okay, because then they went on a trip, and she went on a trip with her friends. She paid for like they go out to dinner and she would just go and be like,
I'm sorry.
Here, take my card.
I'm done with this book. It just doesn't make sense. I'm so sorry. It really does sound like a Disney Channel movie.
It was
like, you know, when they start like
off.
short circuiting and then like running away. Like, I hate that shit.
I was like, this can't be real. This feels rushed, okay? That's what this is feeling like.
I actually watched It Ends With Us yesterday. That movie with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. It's based on a book by Colleen Hoover, and it's a like kind of a story about domestic violence and like how it is perpetuated. Great book, I've heard. My mom loves the book. I went to go see the movie with my mom. We hated the movie. It was the slowest.
Yikes.
And Blake Lively is just a horrible actress. She's a horrible actress. Like, they should have never put her in a role like this. I hated her. She was a 43-year-old woman trying to play a 28-year-old woman, and it did not make any sense to me.
Only Anne Hathaway could do that.
Only Anne Hathaway could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, not the same, but I just go to that. For me, if the main character is annoying, I cannot get past it. And for me, Blake Lively's fucking annoying, so I couldn't get past it. It sounds like that bitch is annoying. Can't get past it.
Once it got to the part where like the celebrity is like really like doting on her, she sees that she's using like this old ass laptop that you could hear breathing in the other room, and she gets her a brand new fucking Mac laptop, and she's like, no, this is too much. You just can't. And she's an out lesbian as well. An actress that is an out lesbian is getting booked and busy, is wanting to splurge on you because she likes you and she thinks that you're cool and funny, and you're like, no, stop.
Kill her. Kill her off. I hope she gets killed off. Sorry.
The way the book ended was very rushed, so.
Yikes. Yeah. They just made up and lived happily ever after kind of book.
Kinda, yeah. I was like, I'm gonna punch someone.
Okay, well, what is the best kiss or make out that you've ever had? If you can remember the situation.
Yeah. I think for me it's always gonna be like, because like, what were we on truly? It's always gonna be Whataburger parking lot, making out in the car. It's like, oh shit, now it's like 3 a.m. I didn't know that we were here for so long. Phone's been blowing up. Yeah. Uh-oh. Like, I think that one's gonna be one for me, because I literally like completely like lost track of
just
time, earth. I was like, that was like one time specifically I can remember that I literally was not thinking about a single other thing than what was happening, like, in the car.
And that is what makes it a good makeout session. Yeah. You literally, like, when you separate, you're like,
hello?
What? Like, you're like, huh? Yeah, I think it was probably a night out, and like we were making out down the hall and like just like slamming each other against walls and shit. That was wild.
Yeah.
Okay, best head you've ever had. And I just need like the situation.
Okay.
And why it was so good.
Okay. Okay, there was once, I don't remember where, but I do remember who? Do I remember who?
Do you remember who? You know, if you don't, it's just head.
I don't know. It's just head. That's right. I don't know. There was just one day that I was like really high. I was like tipsy. And I think it was with Red. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Cause we had gone out and we come back and like, I'm like getting undressed. I'm like about to take my makeup off. And like, I don't know, you know, bitches be looking at you like they're hungry. And I'm like, I like that, you know? So I just remember like getting my pussy eaten within an inch of my life. Yes. And then like her being like, tee-hee. And then she like backed off. I was like, hello.
Whoa.
Where are you going, madam? But then she was like, oh, I just wanted to see what you would say. I was like, wow. And then she just went right back in.
Okay. All right. That's good. Like, crazy business.
It's not very like often that I will squirt from head. Definitely from like fingers and like pressure on me for sure. But like, I just remember squirting all in her face then. It was a very fast flick, very light flick going on. I was like, oh my God, what is that you're doing?
Bitch. The best head I had was not the other night. As amazing that it was, like it was great. I felt very like catered to because like literally he would just come out for air for like a little bit and then he would just go right back in.
Absolutely.
Or like he would come up and like just kiss me or like rub my face and then he would just go right back in.
Absolutely.
And it was great. But what I liked, I felt like a nigga because I didn't realize I
sucked right now.
Literally, that's what I was doing. And the only time I squirted a lot, but what would get me to squirt was I would grab his head like this and then literally just pick up his head and just slam it against my head.
Yes.
I was like, you know, like he was fucking, like, what do you call it? Face fucking? Like I was face fucking him.
But you know, your clit's a little dick anyway.
Yeah, it is, right. And so like he just had his little mouth on it and I was just lifting up my head, like his head like this and I just squirted everywhere. But again, not my best head ever. Just another situation on this couch where I was like, yeah. Oh wait, because we're on this couch, let me just tell you the other thing he did. Okay. I'm like, should I show them? But this is like not an outfit where I feel like YouTube would let me show you. But I was face this way, like face towards the wall, and he was sitting on the ground. Yeah. And he was like, he had his hands inside of me from the back, and then I was leaned, like I had my neck leaned like this, and like at first he was grabbing my hair, but then he grabbed my throat, and was like fucking me like that just against, and I had my vibrator in my hand, and I just everywhere it just came all over. I love a good hair pull, choking, like
pressure, restraint kind of thing.
Like while you're just like forcing me to come. Love that shit. And I can make really ugly faces because you're not looking at me. So you don't know that I'm like whatever I got to do to get this nut. Okay. But I think the best head I've ever had was, okay. I'm going to be very vague.
Okay.
So I said to somebody one day, I was like, I don't even know if I can come anymore from head. I don't know what's going on with me. I think I'm broken. I don't know. And they were like, yo, you're not broken. There's no way. Let me see what I can do. And like literally 2 seconds in, like literally not even like, it was like 5 seconds. It was so embarrassing, bitch. I was like squirting everywhere on my couch, like all over my floor. Like it was horrible. I was like running away from the head because it was so good. It was like, it was crazy. And then when like later I was like, wow, so I'm glad I'm not the problem. Like
sitting in bed like, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It literally took me, I don't know how many times I came. It was actually got to a point where I thought I was like gonna like cry. I think that was like the closest I've ever been to crying.
See, that's when you got to push a little further.
Horrible. I don't even think I could take it. I really don't even think I could have taken it.
That like, but it's like push it further. Not like it's not always at the same intensity. It's at like a softer intensity, but because it's soft and you're already so sensitive, like that is what would make you cry.
Anyway,
until like having an orgasm, so like having that many to the point where you cry, I'm telling you, you'll feel so like
a release of everything, like an emotional, physical, spiritual release.
Yes. Even if you just get a tear up and one tear out, it's like, oh my God, like.
Wow, did I see God?
Just now.
Okay. I have two more. Best threesome or group sex. I really didn't have an answer to this. I love threesomes. The threesomes I've had have been great, but I feel like my best is yet to come for that.
Yeah. I can say the best of what I've had because I feel the same way.
Okay.
Because like the older we get, the more we're going to meet is people that are like us that just are now stepping into it so openly. Yeah. So I already know that like it's literally out there, especially with the community we're trying to like build and stuff. Yeah. It's out there. I'm imagining homestead orgy, you know? Okay. Since that's your thing. Yes. Yeah. I just feel like that could happen. Yeah. Not with every person, obviously, but I feel like there would be candidates in the homestead.
Oh, absolutely. So I've been watching Love Off the Grid, which is why Lex is bringing that up. And it is the best show I've ever watched. That's pretty much the only thing I've watched all week. I'm about to finish season 2, which is all they have, and I'm so sad about it. But there's this couple. One is a black woman, and one is this super like hick, like long red-headed beard, long
it's
beautiful
always
red
those
hair
ones that be getting the hot wives.
Skinny little white man.
Yeah.
Yes.
I bet you
like,
be packing too.
Bitch, she talks about it all the time.
I bet you
like,
be
and
packing.
she just talks about it openly. She talks, and they're looking for like they're building a homestead, but they're also poly. So they want to bring like a third wife, second wife out there, like, and you know, so they're dating. So as people come out, she's just always like, yeah, and he got a big dick. So like, I gotta make sure that like this nigga is not. I mean, that these women are in it for the right reasons, and that they're not just coming over to get digged down by him and then leave. Because like apparently that was an issue that they were having.
Yeah.
I mean.
Because a white boy with a big dick is...
And he's like a builder?
Yeah.
Like, I kind of understood it. Like, 2 seasons in, I'm like,
it was
bitch, I kind of get it. Yeah. He literally built her, like, a whole house, and anything she wants, he just builds it for her. Like, she's like, I want a porch. And then he, like, built her a porch that day. She's like,
love that.
I need stairs. I want a pig. And, like, she just makes it happen. And I really fucking love that.
That's what men should be doing.
That's what men should be doing. But other than that, the show itself has really like made me so serious about like how can I create a homestead? How long is it going to take me to save? Where would I want the land to be, considering it really needs to be like fertile land, and I want somewhere very mild, because these people that I'm watching on this reality show live kind of in more extreme conditions. Like one of them lives in the Appalachians, which is a mountain, but it's very like woodsy, foresty, but they get really hard rain. It gets snow there. Some people are in deserts, which it gets really cold at night. It snows all winter. Like you could die out there in the winter. So like I need to find somewhere
that's a happy medium.
Yeah. But like Oklahoma and I feel like Texas, the land is too dry now. It's too brittle for you to like be growing certain stuff to sustain yourself. But I don't know.
I would say Ohio, but they have potatoes. That's like the best thing they grow there, right?
And I mean, you know, maybe we could sell potatoes as part of our economic plan. But I don't know, girl, if you have any experience with homesteading, or just like if you're going down that journey with your partner right now, hit me up. I have so many questions. I would love to schedule like a Zoom call. Last question.
Oh, we didn't answer the question.
Oh, we didn't?
No.
Oh.
We started
talking about love off the grid. Okay, my bad.
No, it's okay. Because I think I mentioned the homestead.
You did. You said that you think the homestead orgy is going to be the prime of...
Yeah, but as far as what I've had so far...
Okay, sorry.
I think I have 2. There's one where, like, my most consistent, our favorite.
Okay.
There's one. And I think mostly because it felt so, like... It just felt like we were playing a game.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like we were playing a game.
It was a little show.
Yes, and that was so much fun for me.
It was.
It was so much fun. And, like, having the man in the dynamic, if it is a man in the dynamic, having them be so, like, it's such a privilege for me to be here.
Yeah, I love that. That
just shows in, like, everything that they're doing. And that was so perfect. And the other one would be like the queer play party that I went to. And it was like just such a variety of genders and sexualities and like body types. It was so amazing. And that was like, it's also like nice meeting other like queer trans people, and they're like, oh, then they talk about what they like their genitals to be called and what they don't. But we were rolling hard as balls, bitch. Oh my God. I remember how hard we were rolling because I was slowing everybody down because I wasn't hydrated. And so I was getting the jaw clenches really, really bad. And they just handed me wet cold towels for me to put in between my teeth. And we were sitting there having regular conversations because I couldn't unclench my jaw. But they were like straw, Pedialyte. They were making sure I was good.
Oh my God.
Once that Pedialyte kicked in, I was like, okay, guys, I'm good.
I'm ready to fuck.
Yes. And I just remember one of the girls and my friends that invited me, they were like, no, you have to meet this girl. Like, I really think she's going to be catnip to you. And I was like, oh, wow. Yes. And they were right.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, I'm good now. Like, let's do it, you know. And I just remember standing up and she like dropped her knees and started like crawling over to me, and like we were all taking pictures and videos that night, so I actually still have the picture.
Oh wow.
But like it's like her like and the way she's like looking at me, and then she like sits on all fours and she's like, I am ready for you to use me tonight. I was like,
whoa.
I don't know what happened, but my brain turned off right then.
Wow. That is the dream.
Yeah.
Truly. There's a sex party that I want to go to. They have one like once a month. I just have to really plan it out because it's in NYC.
Oh yeah.
But like so badly. It would just be the queer orgy of my dreams.
Yeah.
And so like I'm gonna make it happen one way or another.
Yeah.
Like one way or another, bitch. Unless you're having a queer orgy right here in Dallas, Texas. Then if so, hit up the account. Hit up the Pleasure's All Yours.
Yeah.
And we'll sponsor it, baby.
Hey, we will, hey, I would love to actually be a play party host where I'm like walking around with like moist towelettes.
Yeah, like you're
little,
dressed in like a sexy little get up and you have your tray of like hors d'oeuvres, like your condoms, your lubes, your
I have
toys.
a paddle and a whip as well,
yes,
just in case anyone is needing assistance.
Love
you know?
it.
Like,
love it.
I would actually really love to do that. I would love.
I think
to
you'd
be
be great at it.
Yeah.
I think you'd be great at it. Well, if anybody's interested in hosting a play party, but you don't want to host it, you want somebody else to host it, hit us up.
Yeah.
We do play parties now, officially.
Officially.
Okay, and then of course I have to ask, what's the best sex you ever had?
That's so hard.
It is hard.
Because I've had so much of it.
So much of different kinds, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to narrow it down myself and I was like, there's just no way.
I don't know. That's so hard. Because like 4 different instances popped up, and one of the instances is me fucking someone with a strap. And like I just remember the bed kept hitting the wall, and like the neighbors just like knocking and not fucking caring.
Bitch, okay.
I don't give a fuck.
Get over it, ho.
You get your pussy up, okay? I'm not worried about you. Obviously, I'm not worried about you.
That's so interesting, considering you're always saying, like, I don't care if I never see another strap again, but it's still on your, and I know that's true, but I'm saying it's still on your list for one of your favorite experiences.
Because like, fucking someone is so fun.
Yeah.
But it's like, of all the things that I do, if I did never have to like see a strap again, that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
But it's like, if I meet someone and they're like, oh, I love the strap, or hey, do you strap sometimes? Oh, absolutely. Because I'm also so fucking good at it. Like, it would actually be a disservice to that person for me to say no. That I wouldn't hilarious. Do it. So like, and I am a servicer at heart, you know? So you like, hello. But I don't know. That's so hard. I've had actually.
Okay.
I went on a hike. Again, this is like a couple that I was dating.
Oh my God.
And we like to go, they would go on hikes. And so we'd go on a hike sometime twice a week. And there was this one day that we were going on a hike, and we went at a certain time because they mentioned to me that you could see fireflies on the hike. And I was like, oh my God, I want to see the fireflies. And they were like, oh, absolutely. We're going to go hike. Yeah. We're going to go for a hike tonight. So we're coming back around. It's getting dark. Fireflies are coming out. I'm getting like so excited. I'm like, oh my God, look at them. I want to catch one. You guys help me, and like there are other people around because you can hear them walking and talking like on different parts of the path.
Okay.
And I just remember like, I don't remember how it got like real flirty, but the vibe changed quick. And then like me and her started making out, and then me and him started making out, and then they started making out, and now we're like all like feeling on each other. And I just remember like getting fucked in the middle of a path in the fireflies in Duncanville.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, they have really beautiful hiking trails up there.
In Duncanville. And then like right before, like she's like kissing me in my face, and like obviously he's fucking me from behind. Again, fireflies are everywhere. It was perfect.
Wow.
And then right before he came in between us, and then we both just like started jerking him off in the middle of the forest, and he just like came in the middle of the forest. And then like literally right as we're like all like getting our bearings back, white family comes walking up right behind us.
Not white family. Oh my God. That sounds like some Princess and the Frog ass shit. I love that. Getting fucked in the firefly.
It was so cool.
That sounds like, really beautiful.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can say like the most consistent, like great sex was surprisingly when I was like 19, 20 with the worst ex ever. because you're 19 and 20, so of course you're gonna have your worst
You're
sex.
just a menace to society at that point. Like,
but like, I don't know. This man, people always ask me why I stayed with him so long.
Slinging dick.
He had like the best, most perfect sized cock I have ever had in my life. Like, it fit me like a glove. And like, sometimes, like, this is gonna sound horrible, guys, but you have to also remember I'm a little kinky, so it definitely teetered the line, okay? But there were times where we would like have arguments and like we'd be really upset with each other, and then at night he would try to fuck me and I'd be like, I don't want to fuck, like, I don't want to fuck you, like, please. Like, I'm not even horny. But because I'm 19 and 20, I would let him fuck me. So I would just kind of like be like, and like I would just pout like while he would fuck me. Bitch, I was squirting and gushing everywhere. I would have a bad attitude, and that like literally I would just be coming and squirting and coming. Like, fuck this nigga.
Well, you know, that could be a CNC.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, okay, quick, because this is a long episode, and for
you
what?
Have some editing to do.
Okay, so I guess I do. I wanted to talk about, what is the worst head you ever had in your life?
The worst head I ever had in my life was when I didn't get it. Okay.
Explain it.
And you'll remember this. You'll remember this. There's a guy that I was working with in this office I was working in. And like, I knew I was quitting because I was like, this is giving pyramid scheme, so I'm gonna go. But anyway, like, there's a bunch of empty offices. We're like flirting. He's really hot, like tall. He wears those like jean pants that guys wear where their butt looks like little fucking peaches.
Yep.
Yo,
got it right and tight.
You got that ass too. That's
I'm
crazy.
trying to bounce a quarter off it.
Exactly. So like, we're like flirting, whatever, and then like we went to have a drink on like a work outing, and I like, in our flirting, I was talking about having my OnlyFans, and he was like, "Oh wow, like, that's super cool that you do that. Like, you know, if you need a co-star, wink, wink." Yeah. I was like, interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. And then I asked him to send me a dick pic because I was like, I need to see what you're working with.
It's an audition.
It's an audition, absolutely. But then I saw his dick and I was like, okay, yeah, I could work with this. I could work with this. This is fine. So he comes over, and like, since I'm making content, it's like a lot of different facets to it. I have to move the camera. Like, I have a whole outfit on, everything. Mind you, my outfit's matching. It's cute lingerie.
Always cute.
Okay. And he comes over. See, it's always niggas. And we're making out, he's like feeling me up because I'm like doing like a little something on my pole. So, vibes are good. Music is good. We smoked. It was good. And I gave him some head, and then afterwards, like, I like go to lay on my couch, and he's like, "Where is your vibrator?" And I was like, "What are we using that for?" And he was like, on you. Like, isn't that for you? And I was like, yeah, but I would really like and appreciate head first. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, I don't do that. And I was like, like, in the video, you could literally see like my head and face, like, literally like go backwards. I still have that video to this day, and me and my fans on my OnlyFans story like clown this nigga in the comments.
Oh my god, I remember that. Yeah. Yes.
We clown this nigga in the fucking comments. And as soon as he said that, I was like, why would you come over here expecting to get and not give anything? And I was like, that's kind of how, like, it's kind of how this works. And then I followed up with, I mostly sleep with women, so I'm also used to getting head. So the fact that you would even come over here with no intention on giving me head is even crazier.
And you're making content.
And we're making content. Bitch, this ain't no half-ass
This porno. Is a job.
Open your fucking mouth. What the fuck? I was so irritated. And I was like, okay, well, if that's what you're not going to do, then this is done. But what you can do is sit over there while I get myself off. And like, I had these like little stairs, because there were 2 stairs that led into the living room. And so he sat on the stairs and he was like, man. And then he was like, I can't believe you made me do that, man. And because I was like talking shit to him too. I was like, it's kind of crazy that you really came over here like this. But anyway, he sat over there. I got myself off. And then the video is done. And I'm literally getting up immediately to walk him out. I'm like, okay, well, you can go, like, have a great day, whatever. And he's like, man, you really made me feel like shit just now. And I was like, you should.
Good.
Absolutely, you should.
I got my content.
And then literally days later, we were clowning his ass in the fucking comments.
That's dumb. That's dumb. You know, you really gotta have these niggas give a resume. Like, what do you do and not do?
And when he said, I only do it on special occasions, I'm like,
birthdays.
The special occasion is that I'm popping cooch for you right here, right now.
That's
like,
insane.
What do you mean?
Wow.
I was so offended, y'all.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
What about
him and this woman up in San Francisco, they need to get together and talk about how they don't eat pussy. Okay.
Well, see, and she want her pussy ate, and he don't eat pussy. So
I'm sure he wanted his dick sucked. So
and he did, absolutely.
Exactly. I don't. You know, it's sad. I would say the worst that I ever got, and I also think it might have just been the circumstances, but
it was the vibe of the room that made the head bad.
I mean, I think so. I think in some ways, yes. So I was at Sue Ellen's after like a night. Like, I don't know what I was doing before then, but I looked good and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go sit in Sue Ellen's for a second. And I just had a drink and it was like really slow. I think maybe it was like a Thursday night or a Wednesday night. Oh, it was a Thursday before Christmas. Like, so nobody was in town. Like, nobody was going out. Yeah. And so there's this woman that was sitting next to me. She was like older. She's probably like in her 40s. And like, we just started chatting very like chill, like just chatting. She bought me another drink. We chatted some more, talked about lemon drops, talked about like what we do for work and da 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 da. So then like it kind of got flirty, so we turned it into flirting. And then she asked me, she's like, well, have you ever just like hooked up with somebody like at the club? And I'm like, well, not anybody that I just met at the club, but I've definitely hooked up with people at this club. Yeah. And she's like, well, I can drive you to if you're headed out, like I'm about to head out, I can drive you to your car, like we can just chat some more. So we go back to her car. And I'm wearing this dress, so I kind of like push it up on me, and I like have my legs spread open, and I'm just like talking to her, like, and looking in her eyes, you know, I'm like ready to go. Yeah. And like I lean over and start like touching her and like fingering her, and she's doing the same, but it just kind of feels like, I don't know, I don't like the way she was rubbing it, so I said okay. I moved her and I was like, okay, well, and I leaned like the seat back, and I'm like, let's go. And
open your mouth.
Yeah. And she's like, okay. Yeah. So she leans over and she like starts eating me out in the car. And I don't know if it's the position. I don't think it was, because she was using her teeth to suck. So she basically had like her teeth kind of wrapped around my clit while she was sucking it. And it just felt like very dry and like,
I've seen women do that.
It's just like itchy, and it made my like toes like curl, but not in a good way. Yeah. And I was just laying here like, oh no, like no. Like she didn't even kiss my thighs to make sure I was getting wet first. Like it was bad. So I just kind of stopped and I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry. I have work in the morning. I should probably head out. And I just like dipped out of there. And she texted me in the morning, and I think I like just texted like, hey, how are you doing? Like that kind of talk. And then after that, like, we never like scheduled to meet up again or anything. But I also think it was just circumstances. It's like, okay, we were at the bar. Now we're in your car. You can't really eat poos like legs. Please. Not everybody's you. And she's also maybe like, is it rude to say like, maybe her back? Because like my back was already, you know, like my knees hurt. Yeah. I'm 28. So, like, yeah, maybe her back was hurting.
Maybe her joints was hurting.
Maybe it was a lot of work. I don't know.
It was her suggestion.
But it was definitely the worst head I've ever gotten.
Damn.
I just said, girl, baby, don't even worry about it.
My favorite way to eat puss in the car is to have them in the passenger or the driver's seat and, like, lean that seat all the way back. But my body is in the back seat, and I'm, like, leaning from the back seat into the front seat and, like, over you. With your legs like spread up.
Wow. That's crazy. You're giving me an idea. What if? Yeah. Yes, they're still on the passenger side. The seats reclined. But they're actually, their head is facing the airbag, and their legs and their butt are in the top of the seat, and you're sitting in the back, and you just have them like this.
Oh, yeah. Like the legs and the butt are like on the middle console?
Yeah, or like on like the headrest or like whatever in the back. Like if it's all the way leaned back, you know, it's like flat and you're just opposite.
Okay, I think that would work too. I just think about like how, like them being able to stretch out comfy and like reach for something. I definitely like the idea of like both of the front seats up and then like bottom half through the middle console.
Oh, okay. That's great. You're in the middle seat. In the back, you're on the hump.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting
and then
it
your
in.
arms.
Yeah.
You got room for your arms.
Yes, you have full access for your hands.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Maybe we should like come up with some kind of car sex diagram book, because we've both had a lot of car sex in our day. Fairy godparents.
Bitch, all fucking squished pretzel stuff. Yeah, we've had a lot of car sex for sure. Not us together, just
in our own personal lives. Things general. Well,
once you have a threesome in the car, I feel like anything is possible.
Literally, anything is possible.
Anything's possible, and in a Toyota Corolla at that, not even an SUV. Bitch.
Okay, babe, but that inside is spacious,
especially that back seat. Okay,
it does what it needs to do. But yeah, that is our episode for today. I hope you enjoyed us strolling down memory lane for a little bit,
and sometimes other places,
and also future memory lane.
Yeah,
I don't know. Okay, well, if this is your first time listening to us, please like and subscribe onto our YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at allyourpleasures_. What else do I fucking say, bitch? Whether you listen to this on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, bitch, we love you. Bye.